What happens when we take our final breath? Does the self vanish into nothingness, or does it transcend to realms beyond human understanding? Welcome, fellow seeker, to one of the greatest mysteries of all time. Today, we embark on a journey into one of the most profound texts of Tibetan Buddhism, the Bardo Thodol, known in the West as the Tibetan Book of the Dead. Imagine a guide that holds your hand as you pass through the veil between life and death. This text isn't just a manual for the end of life. It's a map, a spiritual companion that illuminates what lies beyond the physical body. Get ready. We are about to cross into this mysterious realm, uncovering its wisdom, and perhaps, in the process, come to understand more about the very nature of existence. The Bardo Thodol was crafted by a legendary figure in Tibetan Buddhism, Padmasambhava, also known as Guru Rinpoche. Born in India, Padmasambhava is revered for bringing Buddhism to Tibet in the 8th century. He was not just a monk. He was a deeply enlightened yogi, a master of mystical teachings, and a figure of profound spiritual power. His mission was not only to guide the living, but also to lead the dead through the journey after death, offering them the possibility of spiritual liberation. Padmasambhava's remarkable abilities were evident from an early age. He was seen as a Mahasiddha, one who had attained extraordinary spiritual power. Recognized for his insight, King Trisong Detsen invited him to Tibet to spread Buddhism and unite the people. At that time, Tibet was filled with the powerful practices of Bon, an indigenous spiritual tradition. These beliefs and deities, rooted deeply in the land's culture, resisted the teachings of Buddhism. Padmasambhava, with his knowledge of tantric rituals, pacified these spirits, blending their energies into Tibetan Buddhism's framework. This was crucial in establishing Buddhism as the spiritual foundation of Tibet. In Tibetan Buddhism, death is not seen as an end, but as a transition, a portal to a new realm, an opening to the possibility of liberation. Padmasambhava realized that at the moment of death, the mind becomes free from the body's limitations, more receptive to truth, and open to enlightenment. But he also knew that most people, upon dying, are trapped by their illusions, fears, and attachments, missing the chance for liberation. This realization led him to create the Bardo Thodol, a guide that could prepare both the dying and the living for what comes next. The text outlines what happens in the bardos, or transitional states, that a soul goes through after death. The Bardo Thodol serves as a guide for navigating these states, offering wisdom for those who may have little understanding of the process. Whether it's the soul passing through the moment of death, facing illusions, or being reborn, this text provides an essential roadmap. Let's take a look at the three main bardos. 1. The Chikhai Bardo, the moment of death. In the Chikhai Bardo, the soul faces its moment of transition, the death of the physical body. The dissolution of the body leads to an extraordinary experience. The soul is confronted with the clear light, a pure, radiant manifestation of the mind's ultimate nature. This light is vast, dazzling, and represents total clarity, where there is no duality, no fear, and no attachment. It's a state of absolute peace. For those who have cultivated spiritual practice, the clear light offers the opportunity for instant liberation. If the soul recognizes this light as its true essence, it attains nirvana in an instant, bypassing the need for further stages of the bardo. But for those who are unprepared, the clear light may seem overwhelming and even frightening, causing the soul to retreat in fear and move into the next stages of the journey. 2. The Chonyid Bardo, the bardo of visions. As Carl Jung once said, gods and demons are projections of the unconscious, powerful and inescapable until understood as parts of ourselves. In the Chonyid Bardo, the soul enters a realm where there is no longer a physical body, but instead, the mind becomes a vast, unfiltered space, In this space, the soul experiences vivid projections of its own consciousness, visions that can appear peaceful or terrifying. These visions represent aspects of the soul's mind, both positive and negative. Peaceful deities may appear, representing the enlightened qualities the soul has developed, but these can also become overwhelming. The soul may retreat, not recognizing these visions for what they truly are. Eventually, the soul may encounter the wrathful deities, frightening, monstrous beings representing the soul's unhealed emotions and attachments. These wrathful figures aren't malevolent entities, but projections of the unresolved fears and desires from the past. For the soul, this stage is an opportunity to confront and transcend these unresolved aspects of its own psyche. The challenge here is to see through the intensity of these visions and recognize them as empty, temporary creations of the mind. 3. The Sidpa Bardo, Rebirth. Finally, in the Sidpa Bardo, the soul faces the critical moment of choosing a new body for its next life. This process is driven by the soul's accumulated karma, the energy from all its actions, thoughts, and desires from previous lifetimes. At this point, the soul encounters visions of procreation, the imagery of couples coming together, which symbolizes the creation of new life. The soul is unconsciously drawn to choose its next life, guided by its deepest emotional and karmic tendencies. This Bardo, too, offers an opportunity for transcendence. The soul may choose to let go of attachment to the cycle of rebirth and merge back into the clear light, freeing itself from the constant loop of death and rebirth. But most souls, unaware of this chance, are pulled into the cycle once again. Their next birth is shaped by the unresolved emotions and desires that continue to govern their minds. The path to liberation. In each of these bardos, the Bardo Thodol emphasizes the importance of awareness, detachment, and recognition of the clear light. The soul's journey is shaped by its ability to maintain clarity and awareness as it navigates through these stages. The key is to recognize that all the visions, peaceful or wrathful, are empty of inherent reality. They are temporary expressions of the mind, and by observing them without attachment, the soul can break free from the cycle of rebirth. The wisdom of the Bardo Thodol teaches us that life and death are interconnected, and that liberation is always within reach, even in the final moments. By contemplating our fears and desires in life, by practicing detachment, and by understanding the nature of our minds, we can be better prepared for the journey ahead, whether in this life or beyond. The Bardo Thodol isn't just a religious text. It's a guide to self-knowledge. It teaches us that death is not an end, but a transition, a doorway to something greater. As the philosopher Ramas once said, "When you die, there's only one question that matters. How much did you love?" This profound question calls us to reflect on our lives and our relationships. Are we ready for the final journey? Have we learned to let go of the illusion of who we think we are? By contemplating these teachings, we can not only prepare for death, but also truly live. If you found this exploration of life and death meaningful, share this video and subscribe to the channel. Let us know in the comments what resonates most with you about the journey beyond. The path of self-knowledge is long, but together we can explore the mysteries of our existence. Thank you for joining this journey.